Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. I know it's been a while, almost a week now. If I streamed tomorrow, it would have been a week since I last streamed, but it's been a week since I've streamed. 'Cause I have my reasons. First of all, I planned to stream on Wednesday originally, but my air conditioning broke on Tuesday, so I was not able to for Wednesday, because if I did stream on Wednesday with a broken AC, it would have been very hot in my room, and I would have probably died if I did. So I had to put it off until today, pretty much, unfortunately. Oh, and Deadpool Jr., thank you for the follow and welcome to the stream. But yeah, I would have liked to stream earlier on Wednesday, but I just couldn't because my AC broke, and it was what it was. I got my air fixed now, though. I'm live. I'm here. We're finishing Shadowbringers today, the very last patch, patch 5.5. I'm assuming there's going to be a lot of cutscenes to go through right now, but it should be fun. And as well as, you can kind of see here, I did do some stuff off stream in those days I took off to upload the Lost Bit of Eden. If I go to my warrior here, you can see I'm level 90 as a warrior. So I got a level 90 job, but I'm not an Endwalker yet. I just leveled my warrior to 90 just so I could use it for like the end game content, like raids, ultimates, all that crap, because this is my main job, but I'm going through it as a paladin. So I leveled this to level 90, so I'm a sprout, level 90 sprout. I got some tomes. I got this almost maxed out. I got my weekly cap already for these tomes, so I'm pretty wealthy, all things considered, my position in the game. So I probably want, by the time I get to by the time I finish Endwalker, I'll probably have max, yeah, I'll probably have max tomes for everything. So good thing, might as well just be prepared. Anyways, I'm gonna be Dark Knight. I think 8? Yeah, 8. We're gonna be going through this Dark Knight today. This will be the last MSQ stream I do as Dark Knight, because when I do Endwalker, we'll be going through as Paladin. So this is the last we'll have of the Dark Knight and me. But all that said, that's everything I have planned today. We're gonna go through the MSQ, finish it, see what happens before Endwalker, and I'll chat with you guys throughout the entire thing. So let's go then. We got this first quest here, Under the Breach, and of course we'll just go until we hit Endwalker quest, pretty much. But I am excited. And I do think I probably will end up losing my Sprout icon today, so this may be the last stream with the Sprout icon next to my name. So it's very interesting what might happen. But got a quest from Alizé, Unto the Breach. Let's just see what happens. Good news, Masmi. Thancred and Urianger finished their tour of Garlemald, and they're on their way back here even as we speak. As we still haven't heard anything on the towers from the Alliance, I'm hoping they might be able to shed some light on things. They're due to arrive any moment now, so let's see what they have to say, eh? Alright then. Ah, welcoming party. You needn't have gone to trouble. From what I hear, you've been more than busy enough as it is. Honestly, you might have waited for me to return before discovering a cure for tempering. As it is, I can't even pretend to have been involved. Well, for any if it's any consolation, I myself was more than a spectator. The lion's share of the credit goes to Alizé, Graha, and Masmi. But I believe I speak for the rest of us when I say we are proud to have rendered what little assistance we could. As you will also have heard, though, it hasn't all been tales of triumph. Just as we are taking a step towards finally addressing the primal threat, a pile of fresh problems landed in our lap. Anyway, it's good to have you back, though I can't help noticing that we're one Urianger short of a scouting party. You haven't lost him, have you? No, I couldn't lose him if I tried, and I did try, repeatedly. But no, he decided to linger in Alamigo to apprise Raban and the others of how the land lies in Garlemald. Mayhap you do the same for us. Indeed, it was just as Lee said. Worse, in fact, devastation as far as the eye could see. Nerva and the Third, however, were notable by their absence. Might they have met their end at the hands of Xenos and Fandaniel? Perhaps they simply lost the will to fight. You see, the capital's been plunged into a deathly silence, with one exception, the Imperial Palace. It was a busy place before the war, but it has grown busier still, with throngs of soldiers and civilians working there day and night to rebuild, or rather transform it. Transform it into what? That is a difficult question to answer. The construction is vast and unsettling to behold, like something from a nightmare. According to Oriange, certain aspects of its design were clearly devised with a manipulation of Aether in mind, Magitech in other words. Yet as unnerving as said edifice was, it was nothing next to the sight of its builders. They swarmed the place like so many insects, working with nary a word exchanged between them. No one overseeing construction, no one barking orders. It was just as if they were possessed, or tempered. We wanted to investigate more closely, but given our suspicions, it seemed wiser not to take the risk. If Fandaniel could bind Bahamut to his will, might he have done the same to the people of Garlemald? Whatever the truth may be, as this information is certain to provide valuable, you have our thanks. Well, be sure to save some for Iriange, which reminds me, I have a message from Alabigo. Raban is hosting a meeting to discuss the latest findings of the towers, and he required our presence. Then why not leave that to us? You must be weary from your mission. No, I'm fine. Those towers have been on my mind since I first spied one on the way back. I'm keen on getting to the bottom of this. In that case, I shall stay and begin looking into another matter. As I promised Kryl, we need not all attend. Very well, I suggest the rest of us make our way to Alamigo forthwith. The sooner we leave, the more time we will have to speak with Oriange before the meeting. Alright then. Let's do it. Off we go. Yeah, a lot has happened the last patch. Well, not really. The last patch was kind of light on most things. Half of it was kind of spent figuring out tempering. We got that taken care of, which is good. And then the last like quest or two of it was, no, it's just the last quest of the 5.4 basically gave us Fandaniel and told us the plan and what he wants to do. So that's where we are right now with things. Unless I get to use this mount a little bit more, my armored weapon mount. My friends, much and more have I heard of your travails in our absence. Heartened am I to see that you are all hale and whole. Hey Zach, good to see you. As are we to see you safely return from your mission, Uriange. I trust Thancred made you feel welcome. Well, if there's an Alphano in his merry band. Oh, it's this dude. Ehrenwald, whatever are you doing here? When we spoke via Link Pearl, you told me you'd be away on a mission. And who's to say this isn't part of it? But enough about that. It's good to see you looking so similar. I thought you'd have grown a bit taller after a whole year in another world, but apparently not. Well, I'm sorry to disappoint you. While my soul may be a year older, my body has hardly aged, as you are well aware. And may I remind you that we Elzen are known to be late bloomers, especially in terms of our height. Mark my words, the day will come when even a great Aurochs such as yourself will crane your neck to meet my eye. Short Alphanode. Aye, 'twas not until my 20th summer that I myself outgrew my boyish proportions. Though Moonbrita towered me nonetheless. Ehrenwald brings out the best in Alphano, doesn't he? They both seem so at ease in each other's company. It's almost endearing. So what exactly brings you here? Oh, for Dola mostly. We need to go over a few things before we set out. Set out? Wait, does this have something to do with the towers? What gave you that impression? Actually, tell me later. You've got a meeting to go to. I'll see you afterwards, alright? If Ardola's going with them, that must mean... My apologies. As Arenvald rightly pointed out, we have a meeting to attend. Let us be about it. Let's go then. I'm expecting a lot of cutscenes this patch. I think there's only like 8 or 9 quests, but probably a lot of cutscenes to deal with. So strap in and grab your popcorn. And look at the gang's all here.
Ere we begin, I would like to offer my gratitude to Masters Thancred and Urianger. It is no small feat to infiltrate the Imperial capital and live to tell the tale, much less in times of civil war. Thanks to them, we may plot our course in full knowledge of how the winds blow in Garlemald.
Full glad are we to have been of service. But verily, such dangers as we did encounter pale into insignificance next to those faced by our comrades. An Ascian, armed with the might of Bahamut, bent on bringing about the final days.
Theatrix. He sought only to make a show of the power at the Telophoroid's disposal. But since then we have seen no sign of this Fandaniel or his worm. And while we've done what we can to bolster our defenses, there's no telling where he might strike next.
Whenever and wherever it may be, we must use the intervening time to learn more of our enemy. 'Twas with this in mind that we dispatched scouts to investigate the towers.
No, yeah, she's fine. She got like attacked in the last cutscene.
Took longer than expected to return, and when they did, they tried to kill us.
Yeah.
Luckily, I'd seen that sort of thing before, and we were able to restrain them before they did any harm. Then it was just a matter of letting the Porksies do their work.
Oh yeah. Oh, so yeah, we have all the pigs now. So I guess if someone gets tempered, it's really not that big of a problem anymore.
Are you saying they were tempered?
Once they'd come back to their senses, they told us everything they could. It seems that just as they were getting close to the tower, they heard an ear-splitting roar, and that was the last thing they remembered. But what worries me most is what they were saying right before they attacked. Glory be to Garlemald.
This is, yeah, So I don't think Xenos cares about Garlemald, if not at all. So...
The Tempered have heretofore ever been thralls to primal entities. Yet these hapless souls were compelled to accept a nation as the object of their devotion. This calleth into question all that we know of the condition.
Would that the unsettling news ended there. Alas, there is more. Following the earlier reports of missing Amalja, we have learnt that other beast tribes have suffered similar losses. And we now have reason to believe that the abductions are connected to the appearance of the towers. Our scouts sighted black-garbed figures leading shackled Ixal in the direction of the tower in Dravania. The Temple Knights were able to intercept them before they could reach their destination, liberating the Ixal and apprehending their captors, each of whom was found to be equipped with Garlean arms and armor.
I guess maybe we'll find out why this patch.
So the Empire is the common thread.
With the support of Xenos, it seems likely that Fandaniel has rallied a faction of the splintered Garlean army to the banner of the Telophoroid.
Yeah, I guess that. Yeah, that makes the most sense. Yeah.
Lord Hien reached the same conclusion when I shared our findings with Doma. The plan had been to march on Garlemald from the east and west in order to force a peace treaty. But the situation has changed. Dealing with the threat of the towers must come first. Given the nature of the enemy and the proven risk of tempering, I could think of few suitable candidates to aid in this task. But I am confident in my choice.
Me, obviously. Oh shit. It's been a whole expansion since we've seen her. Yeah, since Stormblood.
Resistant to primal influence as they are, they can investigate the towers without fear of being turned.
Oh yeah, they have the Echo, right? Yeah, they do. They have the Echo, so they're like... I mean, well, she has like a fake Echo, right? Like a artificial Echo, but I think he's legit, if I remember correctly.
We are glad to put our gifts to use, Commander.
Yeah.
Gifted or not, going behind enemy lines remains a perilous undertaking. But we must know more if we're to strike back at our foe. I'm counting on you.
If it would give us the upper hand, I'd do it 100 times over. We won't let you down.
That concludes the briefing. You two, make ready and join your escort.
Are you certain about this, Arenvald?
I am. Come on, let's talk outside.
So probably be me joining them, since we're like the 3 people with the Echo that are immune to tempering. Oof. Okay. That's the first quest done. Now that it's out in the open, I don't have to keep it under my proverbial hat anymore. So we're being joined by them. Okay.
So you know, I've already gone through all the formalities at the Rising Stones. Made sure to inform Jamolder and Vamar at Ralga's Reach as well.
Arenvald, I admire your enthusiasm, but this is far more dangerous than anything you have done before.
I know the risks. And I also know what's in store if we don't stop Fandaniel from carrying out his plan. With this power of mine, I can make a difference. If I stood idly by, I would regret it for the rest of my life.
And you, Fudola? Is this what you want?
Yeah, what about her?
What are you asking me for? It's not like I have any say in the matter.
Don't pretend. We both know Commander Eldin gave you a chance to refuse. And you didn't.
So the Empire's finished, is it? But that's what they're all saying. That the great and glorious Garlemald slit its own throat. And now, from out of its twitching carcass crawls the Telophoroi with bloody Xenos at its head! I fought for Garlemald. Killed for Garlemald. What was I part of? I need to know. Whatever it is, I need to know.
Very well. If your hearts are set on this, I shall not stand in your way.
A little fist bump. His hand is so small.
If you've finished with your touching display of camaraderie, I have a question. Which tower are you planning to investigate, exactly?
Well, the one in Girabani is said to be tightly guarded. It's patrol after patrol out there, apparently. We'd be spotted before we got anywhere near it. Which is why we've set our sights on the one in Pagalthan instead. There shouldn't be anything like as many Imperials to worry about down there.
Even so, I doubt the local Amalja will look kindly on it if they catch you sneaking around in their territory.
Fordola and I had a chance to learn the lie of the land in our previous forays there. We might still find trouble, but at least we won't lose our way. Well, we'd best not keep them waiting any longer.
Mayhap when all of this is over, we could take another trip to Loxeld. I would have you know I've become a rather capable swimmer since our last visit.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting he's bad at
I'll
swimming.
believe that when I see it. Though, to be fair, getting into deep water does seem to be a scion's lot in life. Take care, eh?
Off we go then. Super special secret mission. Or is it just them? I think it might be just them that go off on the mission and I stay with everyone else.
It means a lot, you know. You come in with me.
I'll still owe you for saving my skin, don't I? Can't return the favour if I'm not there.
I dare say you'll get your chance before long. That Fandaniel sounds like a tricky customer. Too much for the likes of me, anyway. But we both know I'd just be another soldier if it weren't for my gift. And I need to be a damn sight more than that given what's coming. I realise I can't hold a candle to a hero like the Warrior of Light, or Alphino for that matter. He might look like he's 12, but he's seen more action than most people see in a lifetime. No, the fact is I'm nothing like them, and maybe I never will be. But I'll be damned if I don't try. They're counting on me. On us. So let's give it our all.
I like Arnvald. He's a good character. I'm glad we got to do like some side missions with him, or not side missions, some main story missions with him in
He does not want
Stormblood.
for conviction, that much is certain. So let us have faith in him. Him and Fordola both. While they see to the towers, I would attend to another task. Chasing down this lunar Bahamut.
Oh yeah, the Bahamut.
Bloody thing. Can you hear me? It's Tataru. I'm happy to say we've managed to find Estinian.
Nice. All right.
And
So let's hope he doesn't run away this time.
he went running off again the moment we told him about Bahamut.
Oh, okay, never mind. He ran off again.
He did mutter something about heading to Ishgard, so if you're quick, you might still be able to catch him.
I just want to talk to Estinian. I haven't seen him in so
Even if we set
long.
out this instant, he may already have left by the time we arrive. Have her send the Bonanza to Ishgard. It may prove useful should we need to give chase.
Like all we've seen from him since end of Heavenswarp is just little tiny bits of him here and there.
Gladly. I'll see to it as soon as Kryl and I get back to the Rising Stones. Good luck.
While you go off on your dragoon hunt, Urianger and I will return to headquarters. We have much to tell the others.
I wish you every success in your search for our elusive friend. May we all meet again ere long.
Yeah, I just want to spend more time with Estinian, just like I did in Heavensward with him. That's all I want right now. I just want to spend time with the Heavensward characters. Here be dragons. I'm assuming we're gonna get to talk to him now. So Estinian was bound for Ishgard. Whatever it is that brings him home, we must hope it will keep him there long enough for us to find him. Come, there's no time to lose. Let's go then. Alright. Okay, and the quest is right there. I also got this Eden minion. When I was doing raid roulettes, I got one of the Eden raids, and I rolled on the minion and I got it. So lucky me. So I got a new minion to show you guys. All present? Good. Let us split up and search for Estinian. Since we're relatively new to this place, Graha and I will look around the open spaces, the squares and markets and whatnot. You and Masumi can delve into the nooks and crannies. Very well. Let us reconvene at the airship landing later, with or without Estinian. Good luck. I think I shall begin at the Sky Steel Manufactory, so perhaps you could try the congregation. Lucia might have heard news about our friend's return. Off we go then. Can I just... I think I can just do this. It's been a while since I've navigated Ishgard. Yeah, I can go here, and then I can go in this room. Nice. I talked to her from here. Oh, I can. Good evening to you, Warrior of Light. Lord Emmerich sent word that you would be attending the meeting in Alamigo, so I gather you've not come in search for him. To what then do we owe the pleasure of your visit? Estinian. I see. No, we're not aware if Sir Estinian had returned to Ishgard, but as I expect you remember, he is wont to come and go as he pleases. Mayhap he came seeking an audience with Lord Emmerich, only to find him absent. In any event, I'm afraid I cannot help you. Perhaps one of your companions has fared better. Airship landing. Let's go.
No sign of him. Not that I've ever met him before, but the way Alphino goes on about him, I'm fairly sure I could pick him out in a crowd.
Speaking of which, it does seem awfully quiet. If the erstwhile Azure Dragoon had returned to Ishgard, would it not be a source of general excitement?
Oh, is that him? Oh, I think so.
First the
yeah.
Coinkeeper, and now you. I'm beginning to think these meetings are more than mere coincidence.
Oh, it's good to see him again. Yeah, he's like a top 5 character for me in this game. Just, yeah, I don't know. Like, Estinian, Emmerich, Emmett, just great characters I love.
Not that I'm complaining. It's been too long.
Oh, he thinks Alisaie's Alpha Node? Okay.
Too long?
You look an ilm taller and twice as rugged. It suits you, Alphino.
Is this gonna be a running gag throughout the as long as this game is alive? Is this gonna be a running gag because people mistake them for each other?
Quieter though. Have you been giving him lessons on how to be the strong, silent type?
I am not Alphino! If the two of you are such firm friends, perhaps you should remember what he looks like. And what do you mean, rugged? Ugh! Had my brother mentioned what an oaf you are, I'd never have bothered looking for you in the first place.
Estinian Wormblood, the Azure Dragoon. He who fought and felled the dread worm Nidhogg at the Warrior of Light's side. To think the day would come when I should see this living legend with my own eyes.
Oh my god, it's just... It was just a dork in this game. especially Graha.
Would someone mind explaining what is going on?
Is everything all right? I thought I heard Alize shouting. Estinian! It's been too long.
Oh my god, this game is great. I love these characters. They're fantastic.
No, it's quite understandable. That was hardly the first time we've been confused for one another. Nor, I suspect, will it be the last.
Well, I, for one, will not be making that mistake again. What I will say, for the second time today, is that you've grown. Inside and out. I can tell.
One can't remain a spoiled little lordling forever, you know.
At least someone's having a good time. You know, when we were growing up, Alphino would never befriend other boys because he couldn't stand the thought of not being in charge. But maybe that's changed. He seems just as happy around Estinian as he does Arenvald.
Making friends. Character growth. Oh, I got a choice here? Talk with people rather than at them.
I wouldn't be so sure. He still loves nothing better than the sound of his own voice.
No rest for the righteous, eh? Speaking of which, I was just on my way to borrow an airship to take me to Azis La.
Why's it going there?
Azis La? How could I forget? The dragon with whom Bahamut shared the deepest of bonds.
Oh yeah, right.
Aye, Tiamat, his mate. Even now she remains imprisoned on Azis La, though her remorse binds her faster than any shackle.
Yeah, I forgot Tiamat's on there.
As the one who first summoned Bahamut, you believe she may be able to shine some light on his latest incarnation?
I haven't talked to Tiamat since
Might I
Heavensward.
suggest that we make the journey to Azis
Like
La
3.0.
I'm not sure if Tataru mentioned this, but we Scions have an airship of our own now.
I see no reason why not. Assuming your sister can bear the thought of sharing a deck with me.
Be my guest. But confuse me with Alphino again and I'll throw you overboard.
Oh, I love this game.
I don't know who he thinks he is, but he's nothing like Alphino painted him to be.
I will admit, he is not exactly as I imagined him either. Based on what I had read of the man, I think I was expecting someone a little less... blunt?
Yeah, Heavensward just has great characters. Like, there's not, I don't think there's a single bad character in the Heavensward expansion. Oh shit! Okay, wow, we're just right here. Okay, cool. It's been quite some time since I last set foot in Azis La, but I understand that 3 of you were here rather more recently. I don't suppose you chanced to meet with Tiamat during your visit? Alas, not. We had no cause to set foot here in the Delta Quadrant, but I have studied the relevant records, which is not to say I wouldn't appreciate a first-hand account of your dealings with her. Well then, Vosmi is the person to ask. As far as I know, he's the only one of us to have met Tiamat face to face. Yeah, it helped that Midgard Summer was here. Dragon Dad. Yes, you were a friend of her. You were a friend of her father. I too have met with Tiamat. Was this? After the Dragon Song War came to a close, I came here to speak with her, a worm who had fought her own war against a man in another age. I wish to know if she yet harbored thoughts of vengeance, and asked as much. She said no. My hatred for your kind was extinguished long ago. But the guilt she feels for resurrecting Bahamut burns on undimmed. It torments her, even now. I see. Then your original reason for coming here was out of concern that Tiamat had been forced to summon Bahamut. Nidhogg is a part of me. I feel his emotions as my own. And I know that he would not allow his sister to be made a tool of evil. In his absence, it falls to me to watch over her. Alright then. Tiamat awaits. This way. Let's go talk. It has been a while since I've talked with Tiamat. I wonder if Midgardsormr is gonna show himself. I hope so. That'd be cool. A dragon family reunion, sort of. Yeah, there she is. All right, let's see what happens. Oof, the Heavensward music. God. My sire's mortal companion, what bringeth thee back to this forsaken place, child of man?
It's plain she knows naught of recent events. Perhaps you should enlighten her.
Yeah, a lot of shit. A lot of shit's gone down. That my sins should be repeated. I sense not the faintest stirring. As to who could have called him forth, I know none save the dragons of Mericidia, our children. The Icon claimed their souls when first he manifested, and robbed of their will, they became tools for the Allegans' dark designs.
I've seen it with my own eyes. Captives of a lost empire, neither alive nor dead, existing only to preserve Bahamut's corporeal form.
Yeah, this is like Coils of Bahamut. I wonder if this is like unique dialogue since we did Coils. Yes, the dragons of Mericidia are at the mercy of this Ascian. There can be no other explanation. Accursed Ascians, vile minions of darkness. Yet you would profane the memory of my beloved and strip our children of their freedom, their dignity. Are there no depths to which you will not stoop? I'm just reading out the dragon speak. It's voice acted, kind of, but not in English, in dragon language.
Your children's pain means nothing to them. They laugh at your kind suffering. But tears will not right this wrong, nor will lamentation see the perpetrators punished.
Ooh. What wouldst thou have for me, Slayer of Dragons?
Behavior befitting a great worm. We came here to ask mighty Tiamat of the First Brood, consort of Bahamut, mother of the dragons of Mericidia, what she intends to do about the crimes committed against her children.
Were I free, I would answer thine insolence with fire, but words shall have to suffice. Recall, mortals, that it was I who first did summon my beloved, praying with all my being to bring him forth. You who contend with icons cannot well be ignorant of the consequence.
You too were exposed to his influence. That you are yet in possession of your own will is testament to the indomitable strength of your soul. But were you to meet with Bahamut again, you fear you might succumb.
Indeed, ask the Dragon Slayer, and he will tell thee the power we of the First Brood wield. Were I to lose myself to the Icon's influence, all would pay the price. Yeah, I don't want to deal with another Coils of Bahamut situation. But it is of little matter, for even had I the strength to resist, I yet lack the strength to break my shackles. His prison shall be my tomb.
On the matter of Bahamut's influence, at least, I believe we can be of some assistance.
Bust the pigs
If you're
out?
afraid of being enthralled, don't be. We have a cure. And while we've never tried it on one such as you, its basic principles are universal.
Speakest thou in earnest?
There is no future for those bound to the past.
Oh, we're gonna, like, untemper Tiamat and, like, free her? Okay. Also, my camera lost focus. Camera. Hello? I don't know why it's so blurry. Why is it so blurry? Hold on, let me see if I can fix this. Yeah, that looks better. Okay, cool.
That you committed a terrible sin, I do not dispute. But if you feel remorse, you may yet make amends. We offer you that chance. Take it, or you will forever remain a prisoner, not of these cruel shackles, but of your own guilt.
A chance to make amends, to lay Bahamut's memory to rest. Will she do it? When our own star faced annihilation, Hydaelyn granted us sanctuary, and now your foes would bring about her destruction. This I cannot allow. For the debt I owe to Hydaelyn, and all to have suffered for my sins, I shall fight with you, children of man. Ah, hell yeah, alright. New dragon friend. Awesome. While Porxes have been shown to be effective in curing the tempered, Tiamat must be considered a special case. She is far, far larger and immeasurably more powerful than any subject treated thus far. Were we to remove her restraints, only to remove her restraints only to find that the process had failed, we'd be hard pressed to contain her. Then, before going ahead, we should learn as much as we can about the exact nature of her condition. Do you suppose we can find that information here? Why, yes, we can. We can indeed. The Elegants kept detailed records on all their notable captives. I know exactly where to look. Oh, that's convenient. We shall leave that to you then. In the meantime, the rest of us can turn our thoughts to the removal of those shackles. I know Alphinaud and Masami here well enough, but not you. Are you certain you're ready to see this through? Rest assured, Sir Estinian, that I am both ready and willing to give my all for the sake of this star. That's not my only reason for wanting to set Tiamat free. While I did not claim to know all of her sorrows, I too once found myself in a prison of despair, and I well understand how hard it can be to dare to dream of escape. took the encouragement of braver souls than I am to make to take the first step towards a brighter future, and I would help Tiamat do the same. I gather you are not as young as you look. Mayhap when our work here is done, we could trade tales of over a pot of Tatar's famous tea, and be indebted to her for the for the leaves of hot water. I think not. I see. Ahem. Returning swiftly to the task at hand, then. I believe the nodes governing Tiamat's restraints are located in the sector known as the flagship. Ah yes, we're familiar with it. The etherochemical research facility in particular. Oh, you may wish to take this. A spirit vessel containing a small amount of my blood. He has one? Still? Why does he still have one? Which you just happen to be carrying around with you. I suppose that could seem rather odd. To explain, Rambora's Urianger and I are researching the use of spirit vessels in the transference of not only memories, but the traits of a certain bloodlines, and so I keep one at the ready should an opportunity to test our theories arise. As for its use to you, you may recall that during our previous visit, the nodes here granted access to restricted functions. Having identified me as being of royal blood, and armed with that of a spirit vessel, I posit that they will need to do the same for you. Even in the absence of, well, the rest of me, it seemed worth a try at least. Agreed, we shall take good care of it. Alright, cool then. To the flagship then. Hell yeah, alright. Let's get going. Figure this dragon problem out. This is exciting. Okay, I'm just excited to see how this is all gonna go into Endwalker and where it's gonna put us next. This should be fun. I'm really excited. We'll just split up and search the flagship for a node that controls Tiamat's restraints. Should you find a likely candidate, do not be tempted to make any adjustments. If not due to accidentally release some manner of experimental monstrosity, nor less Tiamat herself in her current state. Our objective at this stage is to simply identify the relevant node, or nodes. Once we have learned what we can, we should reconvene and compare nodes prior to proceeding. Knitting to pass the time? Ah, okay. I'm not sure if there's a dungeon this patch. I'm assuming there's going to be at least one dungeon throughout the MSQ to do, but that's about it. I don't think there's a trial. Well, no trial, no fights or anything. I'm afraid Destiny and I have little show for our efforts. Did you find anything? Smells like burnt hair. Neglecting the dragon restraints. Yeah, that one. Spontaneously, you say? Well, wait, hold on. Well, that does sound promising. Almost suspiciously so, in fact. But then you were in possession of a spirit vessel. I dare say it is indeed the node of which Graha spoke. And it was, chirping, you say? Very well, let's take a closer look. Right, back to the node. This is not far. It's just right over here. Do you wish to operate the dragon restraint mechanisms? Oh, fuck. Spoon, thank you for the sub. I appreciate it. Thanks a bunch. And now I believe you got nice green materia next to your name and some cool sub emotes, so thanks for that. I appreciate it. You do not have the requisite access privileges. Operation of the dragon restraint mechanisms may only be undertaken by the chief technologist and members of the royal family. Been meaning to? I see. And look at that, you got a nice little founder badge. Oh, never mind, okay. I was wrong about the materia. You got a founder's badge. Look at that. Those are the vessel full of royal blood, perhaps. Let's use the vessel. Don't see it? Never mind. Oh, okay. I'm sure it'll eventually pop up, or you just check your chat identity, and it'll probably end up being there. New user detected. Commencing biometric authentication. Authentication complete. User identified as member of the royal family. Please state your name. Me. Welcome, Masumi. You may operate the dragon restraint mechanisms when ready. Error. Unable to disengage restraints of the specimen. Tiamat. A system update is required. Oh, this thing's running on Windows, probably. A system update? What do you suppose it's asking of us? Smash it to pieces. No, just... Well, that's more than I can say. Confounded bloody things. User agitation detected. Initiating guidance program. In order to operate the restraint mechanism, I require access to the central control system. However, I am unable to establish a link to said system due to the obsolescence of my own software. This issue can be resolved by applying a system update using the corresponding terminal located within the flagship. So can this thing release the restraints or not? It can, but only once it has received the requisite system update, as far as I can tell. Till which time it'll float there spewing nonsense. User dissatisfaction detected. Initiating placation protocols. I am here to help. Rest assured that I will be on hand to guide you through every step of the system update process. How gratifying. I dare say we will fare better with the guidance rather than without. Alright, cool. So we got a dumb little green node following us around. God, this game. For vengeance. Oof. Bloop. Guiding user to terminal. This way, please. Off we go. Let's see. According to the terminal, the central control system is presently employing software version 56.135. Dare I ask which version you are employing? Why, software version 42.002, of course. Warning, errors detected in the data management system. Estimated time required for update, 5 years, 1 day. That is rather longer than we were hoping. Aren't there any other options? For instance, using this terminal to operate Tiamat's restraints instead. The proposed method is indeed an option. Please be warned, however, that the procedure may have changed as a result of the system update, and my instructions may no longer be accurate. Well, I can't imagine it will have changed all that much. As long as we pay due attention to any discrepancies, I dare say we shall be able to muddle our way through. Don't bother trying to explain. Just tell me if we've made any progress. I would say so. Yes, it does. However, require that I remain here to operate the terminal. I shall inform you via link pearl once I'm ready to release the shackles. It might be best if you left the spirit vessel with me. I may yet have use for it. Rest assured, I'll be certain to return it to Graha once this is over. Just a little more work and Tiamat will be free. But before we go any further, there's something I would know. When Tiamat and her kin fought against the Elegant Empire, both sides were but dancing to the tune of the Asians. And it was the same in Ishgard, where they stoked the fires of conflict between man and dragon from the shadows. All that the Asians touched turned to ash, and thus have you made your mission to fight them. But there have been times when you tried to reach out to them instead, to find common ground. And so I must ask, what do you intend to do with Fandaniel? Will you try and reach out to him too? Yeah, I will try. If that fails, I'll remember him. Just like Emmett asked me to. I see little point in reasoning with the wretch, or remembering him for that matter. But perhaps that's the difference between you and me. You see the good in people, even if it be the faintest glimmer. I only hope you'd not come to rue your benevolence. You think us unwise for viewing the world thus. Far from it. That has ever been your way, as I learned when we journeyed together with Iceheart. Yet the fact remains that there are some who view compassion as a weakness to be exploited, and there may come a time when you extend a hand of friendship only to wish that you had dealt the killing blow. So, save your mercy to those who deserve it. Well, we should be getting back at our task. If Alphino has things in hand here, I suggest we rejoin the others. Okay, let's get going then. Estinian told me all is well, but nothing more. Honestly, it's like getting blood out of a stone with him. I take it from Alphino's absence that he is needed elsewhere. Well, that all sounds rather frustrating, but you got there in the end. While you're off talking to nodes, Graha and I were learning as much as we could have about Tiamat's condition. Oh man, the Heavensward music, God. I love Heavensward so much. It probably is still my favorite expansion, even after Shadowbringers. Shadowbringers was great. Like, don't get me wrong, it was fantastic. But I just have too much nostalgia and just love everything about Heavensward. Our readings confirm that her ethereal balance leans strongly towards the umbral, as was the case with the kobolds. Therefore, all other things being equal, the treatment should work. The difficulty lies in the sheer quantity of ether, which we must contend. Multiple applications of the treatment will inevitably be required if we are to reverse the effects of tempering completely. Shadowbringers is your fave? I mean, the fights in Shadowbringers have been fun, like the trials in the raids. The raids are fantastic. The raids and trials were great. A bit on the easier side, or most of them a bit on the easier side compared to some of the ones I did in like Heavensward and Stormblood, kind of. Actually, no, Stormblood was pretty easy, save for like Shinryu, and that was it. But the trials and raids and Shadowbringers have been a lot of fun. Even if they were a bit easy, they were still fun to do. Just not fun to farm, in case of Ruby and Emerald Weapon. Yes, read that already. Meaning, I'll need to gather all the I'll need all the aether I can get. Thank you in advance. Although this endeavor will ask much of us, we do have one reason to be optimistic. Namely, that Tiamat shows no signs of fanatical devotion, suggesting a milder case for tempering than suffered by the kobolds. Tiamat saw Bahamut as an equal rather than a god. Might that have been the difference? Now that you mention it, it very well might. She would not have believed it necessary to defer to his will. But enough talk. It's time to put our theories to the proof. Tell Alphino to disengage the restraints, ethereal dampers. I'm counting on you, Angelo. Go pig. Go pig magic. Please work. Ah, such warmth. The frost that shroudeth my soul doth begin to thaw. But what are these? Visions of days long forgotten, of war with men of Alleg. Wherefore do such baleful memories return to me now? Could it be that the process of restoring her soul to its pre-tempered state is awakening ancient memories? Or might the opposite be true? If so, by helping her to recall the past, we may be able to speed the recovery, or her recovery. Mosmi, she trusts you. Speak to her. Ask her to tell you of times past. Let's get Midgard Simmer to help. He's still around, right? Dragon Dad's still around. Bahamut the Asians. I want to learn more of Bahamut and Ascians, to be honest. Shadowbringers, if it did one thing, it did make me more interested in the Ascians. It did shed light on them and made them more than just mustache-twirling villains. Especially Emmett. Emmett was just fantastic. Ah, Bahamut, my beloved. Would that the peace we found in Mericidia could have lasted for eternity. But alas, it was not to be. The Ascians saw to that. In all creation, I know none more wicked. It was at their behest that the men of Alleg came unto Mericidia, unto our home. The tale began when Bahamut and I left our father's side. We took wing in search of a place to make our eyrie. Beyond the southern ocean, we discovered a lush and fertile land. It would be known as Mericidia by the children of men, though many years were to pass before they crossed the seas. Upon our arrival, we were welcomed by the peaceful people of the forest. Kin to the trees, surrounded by nature's bounty, Bahamut and I found a place to raise our young. Fascinating. This correlates with the writings of the Charlian scholar, Rurusha. She posits that men first settled into the southern continent towards the end of the Second Astral Era. Correctly, it would appear. If only she were with us to hear the tale from Tiamat herself. Again, Angelo. This is nice, like, learning of the dragons. Also, my throat. I feel like I have something stuck in it. When the first children of man arrived on our shores, no foot did they set in those places over which we held dominion. Such was their fear of dragonkind, and as they kept their distance, so did we let them be. Yet as the days went by, ship after ship appeared upon the horizon, bearing even more of their brethren, who divided the vast land amongst themselves. For a time, they knew peace and prosperity, but as their numbers grew, the smaller their share came to seem. It soon they began to covet the territory with their fellows. Ere long, man fought man, blood was answered with blood, and none could see the end of the strife, until one day they came to us. Recognizing our wisdom, they entreated us to intercede in their conflicts. Bahamut agreed, and with him presiding over the affairs of men, the land knew peace once more. So Bahamut was basically a big, wise dragon. Alas, those golden days of harmony too were fated to end, for the men of Alleg slew my beloved, and I, in my rage and sorrow, heeded the envenomed words of the Ascians. The rest thou knowest only too well. But your tale doesn't have to end there. When you are free, we'll rid the world of the Ascians together, and you and your beloved will have justice. Fine sentiments, but you're almost spent. I'll keep watch from above. If the treatment fails, run. It is nice learning about the dragons. Ugh, thanks for the vote of confidence. I swear, when this is over. Keep going, Alize. Magic is working. Again, I love the dragons in this game. They're just, I don't know, they're so cool. Like Bahamut's cool. Bahamut's cool in every game. Like Midgardsormr's cool. He's my server. I love Dragon Dad. He's cool. Tiamat's really starting to grow now, from what she's telling me. Hraesvelgr is, of course, amazing, and Nidhogg was cool. So yeah, dragons were just... I love the dragons in this game. While I knew this wasn't going to be easy, no patient could have prepared me for treating a great worm. But we're close. I can feel it. I've only got a few more drops of Aether left to give. With yours and Graha's, this will work. Then I believe I speak for both of us when I say that you may take as much take as much as you require. Careful, I might hold you to that. Alright, here I go. Off the piggy goes. I know this works. Oh man, it'll be sick to have like Tiamat flying around. May have a dragon family reunion of sorts.
No. I'm almost there.
That is us powering her up? Yeah, okay.
This is it, Angelo.
This little pig. Although it's just like us here, a giant dragon, and just a little pig. A little flying pig. So did it work? Icon's grip groweth weak. Hell yeah, alright.
Did it work?
We won't know for certain until the shackles are removed.
Oh boy. Alright, moment of truth. Moment of truth. Estinian. Let's hope this works. Press the button, Alpha Node. Answer this, children of man. Can my children, or my kindred, be saved in like manner?
Many have been subjected to the Allagan's dark arts. Their flesh irrevocably altered. For such tortured souls, I fear there can be no salvation.
Damn, Allagans kinda suck. Should you hearken unto my call, we shall fly together once more. Should you not, I shall grant you peace. Better to die than live as a tool of evil. You too wish this, I know, and I shall do as I must.
When that time comes, you won't be alone. We'll stand by you.
Thou hast my gratitude, little one. I guess we're all little compared to her.
Alphino's ready. It's time.
Let's do it. Alright. Whew. Moment of truth.
Do it. And let's hope the treatment worked as it should.
Did it work? Is she free? Is she flapping those wings? Oh, hell yeah. Alright, this is cool. Did it not work? Did we just release a oh no.
Gods.
Did it? Okay, it did. It did work. Oof, okay. I wasn't sure at first. It did work. Cool.
Urianger, your timing could not be better. Understood, we're on our way. It's Bahamut. He's been sighted over Pagalthan.
No, let's go fight this
He flies for
Bahamut.
the largest amount of settlement in the region, at the head of a vast host, including dragons.
Did you hear all that, Alphino? You best rejoin your comrades. I'll make my own way.
This is gonna jump across. Just do Dragoon shit.
Our enemy awaits. Shall we?
Oh, is he gonna ride? Okay, he's gonna ride Tiamat, isn't he? Or no, he's just gonna jump. Oh no, he is gonna ride her. Okay. God, he's so cool. He's so cool. Nice, let's turn this quest in. I'm sure you're desperate to join us, Dinian and Tiamat in battle. We'd be rising together with the full strength of the Scions first. The foe we face demands no less. Take that. Money. Flames of War. I'm assuming we're probably gonna have a dungeon, or at least an instance here.